lovelies, I'm Ariel and this is Maven Unmasked, and welcome to your November 2017 Lightworker Evolution reading. I hope you all have had a lovely start to your November. We're almost halfway through. So I wanted to kind of check in and see where we were last month, what we've been working on in November. I know that this month has been super intense for a lot of us, myself included. Some of us are dealing with loss, with grief, with feeling like we've lost our zhuzh, our sparkle, our energy, our inspiration. You know, some of us may be feeling like we've lost our spiritual connection. We may be feeling overwhelmed. Things are changing. Things are shifting. We don't know where we belong or where we're supposed to go, what we're doing. I know I've experienced some of that, and I know a lot of people and friends in my life are experiencing that as well. So I feel the need to say to you out there, if you're struggling with this, that you are not alone. Okay, you're totally not alone with this. So this month I will be using the Heal Yourself reading cards, okay, because I definitely feel like we need some of that energy. I've got the chakra reading cards here that I may pull out. I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot. So we're just going to play around and see, you know, how we can break through some of this through the rest of November. Okay, so I just want to give a special thank you to all of the lovely people I saw at Illuminate Annapolis. It was a pleasure reading for you. To all of you who came to my events back in October, and to some of the events that I have coming up in November and December. Thank you so much. Alrighty. So you guys know my New Year's your head readings are back up and available in the Maven Unmasked Etsy shop as well, if you would like to take a look at those just in time for holiday season 2017. Alrighty, so we call in our angels, our guides, our ancestors, our loved ones in spirit to be here with us to give us a message for our best and highest good for the month of November 2017. What were we working on last month? Where are we right now? What are we evolving towards this month? What new spiritual discoveries will be made, spiritual challenges, messages, and advice from our angels, our guides, and our ancestors, and what does our higher self need from us this month? Interesting. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. And I want to throw some tarot up on there too, on top of the Heal Yourself cards, just so we get a more complete picture, because I feel like we really need some extra guidance this month. Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. Okay, you guys, I love it. Okay, so the shadow card from the Heal Yourself reading cards, we have Unleash Your Creativity. Okay. And from the Everyday Witch Tarot, we have the Eight of Wands. So we want things to pick up for us creatively. We want to get things moving. We feel like we're in an energy vortex. Things are moving so crazy around us, but we're standing still. We want to get in the flow and get things moving, be able to reach out, you know, and grab the different opportunities at hand. But it just feels so overwhelming. How can we control this? How can we manage this? Okay. So, alrighty, the first card we have here is for what were we working on last month? And we have patience, okay? Patience and a lady in waiting, right? And we have the Knight of Wands here as well. So last month, very much working on having patience. We have the energy, we want to get things moving. We want to get things going. We see opportunities, way up ahead. We have these dreams. We have these goals. We know what we're going for. But all of a sudden there's a hold on it. And why is there a hold on it? The universe is trying to teach us the lovely, lovely, lovely lesson we call patience, that I personally am not too fond of, and I know some of you are not as well. But patience is definitely a virtue. We could see this dragon off in the distance and we want to go straight for it. Our wand is itching to kind of zap him. But there may be something that we're not seeing, okay? Or something that's not ready yet. Maybe we're not strong enough yet or wise enough yet to be able to tackle this dragon here. So the universe was teaching us patience last month in October, okay? Now, where are we right now in November? We have procrastination and the high priestess. And I know a lot of you, myself included, have been feeling like your spiritual antenna hasn't been able to tap in as good as normal. Or you may not be feeling spirit and energy the same way you were feeling it before. You're kind of like, is it still here? Is it me? Like, am I doing something wrong? Okay. It also feels like our intuition, our psychic ability is a bit on hold. We're in this kind of moment, this pause. That's why it's like spirit is telling us to have this patience. We're still kind of in that energy. Things aren't fully aligned yet. Things are still kind of being worked on and zhuzhed, and spirit is trying to still do their thing from the other side, okay? The only thing we can do right now while things are kind of on hold is to try as best you can to listen within and to trust and know that all is not ready to be revealed right now, and having to accept that. Okay, and know that that's okay. This is a teachable moment. Learning how to be okay and at ease in the presence of the unknown, even though it may be uncomfortable. Okay, and not necessarily what we want. Okay. Learning how to be in that in-between space. So what are we evolving towards this month? We have alchemy and the 9 of Wands. So we've been very much on guard, very much on our defenses. These 8 of Wands were kind of flying at us. And so we're worn out, trying to defend ourselves, from standing our ground, from, negative Nancy's all over the place, and from, just trial and tribulation after trial and tribulation. Maybe it's seeming like everything that you've tried to do just keeps crumbling. Having to have your spiritual protection like on Superman status because negative energy just coming your way. Like, just crazy out there right now. But we are evolving towards changing that. We are evolving towards alchemy, okay? Learning to take all of the craziness that's been thrown at us and harness it, transform it into something useful. Okay, something that we can work with, that we can hold, that we can control and manipulate to help us and to help our cause and what we're trying to achieve, okay? Not in a negative way, okay, in a healthy way. Learning how to work with and harmonize that energy. Learning how to be one with the chaotic energy, but to not be a part of it, if that makes sense. Learning how to accept it, but not fully be engaged in it and a part of it, okay? As above, so below, as within, so without. And maybe that's a message as well, as within, so without. If we're feeling all kind of chaotic and all this energetic junk within, maybe that's why we're kind of getting some of it outside. Not that you've done anything wrong or anything bad. It's just a matter of clearing your own space energetically, okay? Maybe you've absorbed some of that from outside of you and have internalized it. Maybe there's anger or sadness or resentment or guilt or shame that's kind of built up and it's kind of reverberating out into your conscious life and your conscious awareness, so that you have to deal with it on the physical. So maybe try to take it back internally and deal with it there, okay, and see if that makes a difference in your physical environment. The next card we have is what spiritual discoveries will be made. And we have the Empress and how teachable are you? Okay. Learning how to be the mother or the parent that you always needed or wanted. okay? Being the nurturer that you always needed or wanted, okay? Doing that for yourself. This is definitely a lesson. How teachable are you? How willing are you to be able to accept the lessons and integrate them, to recognize them as lessons and for what they are, to get out of the victim consciousness, the victim mentality, know that this isn't happening to you, but happening for you, so that you can learn to seize an opportunity, to step into your power, to set boundaries, to know what you will accept and what you won't accept anymore. This is the battleground, okay? This is the battlefield, okay? So taking those lessons, working through the battlefield to make it out on the other side. We're in training right now, as it were, okay? Learning how to nurture yourself and take care of yourself, learning how to create abundance, learning how to be abundantly fruitful with what you have inside of you and not necessarily what's going on the outside in the physical. Now we have a card for spiritual challenges. We have the Two of Cups and rejection. So maybe for some of us, we've had issues with our relationships, our external relationships. And this month, especially with the new moon in Scorpio on November 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world, now is about getting in tune and connecting with in a relationship with you. Okay? You cannot reject you. Okay? Other people outside of you may reject you, but learning how to love and be that mother, that nurturer, that best friend, that companion, okay? You may have had disagreements with, your employers, with coworkers, with friends, with love interests. Maybe you're back out there dating again and you're experiencing rejection or not feeling worthy, all of those kinds of things. Be a friend to yourself, communion with yourself, okay? Getting back in touch with your inner you, falling in love with yourself. Who are your true friends, your true companions? Those who nurture you, who value, your opinion, who love you for the way you are, who you can just be you around with no judgment. Okay? Being that person to you, to your own self with no judgment, not rejecting you. I have stretch marks, so I'm too fat. I hate the space in between my teeth. I don't like my skin. I can't fit into those jeans. I don't have, money to afford this luxury item, or, I don't like the way my voice sounds. I don't like the way my thighs rub together when I walk. All of those kinds of things. Okay? Accepting yourself for who you are, falling in love with yourself, getting to know yourself, not rejecting yourself for who you are, okay? Love starts at home. It starts here with you, okay? So our next card we have is messages and advice from our angels and guides. And we have sadness and the Emperor, okay? This says a few things to me. One, the divine masculine within you may be hurting in need of some healing. Two, it could talk about relationships with fathers or male authority figures in our life that we're sad about that need healing. Or three, it could be just a way for us to snap out of this sadness, this depression that some of us may have been feeling. And the Emperor is like, hey, let's kind of take control of that, formulate a plan. All of this makes me feel like it could be part of just some astrological stuff kind of going on right now, and knowing that we'll make it through. But it's time to be your own authority, to step into your power and take back some control, to step out of this sadness energy. Okay. Alrighty. And then the last card we have is, what does your higher self need from you this month? We have two cards of dreams. We have literally dreams, and we have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like your higher self is encouraging you, one, to sleep and get plenty of rest. Two, to still dare to dream. Know that the dream may change. What you ultimately dreamed of or wanted may not be the same now in November as it was back in January or a few years ago, or even a few weeks ago, a few days ago. Know that that's okay. To focus on any signs or messages or symbols you may be getting in your dreams. To not be afraid to explore or say, hey, I may be into doing this and doing this and doing this, and exploring it a little bit. Not to the point where it becomes overwhelming, but what do you truly desire? What do you truly dream of? Okay. What is an illusion Is everything that's coming your way, all of these things, is it really, what it's all cracked up to be? If there's any opportunities that are coming your way, make sure not to just accept the chalice. Take a look inside of it before you take a sip. Okay, you want to make sure that you're absorbing the right thing. You want to take a sip of poison from a glittering gold cup. Okay, so I wanted to just kind of tie this up with one card from the chakra reading cards. Just what chakra needs some work? Okay, we've got 2. We've got our root chakra for abundance, and we've got our creativity here, so our sacral chakra. Working with the root and the sacral, those lower 2 chakras, creating that strong foundation. Perhaps working with Lord Ganesh, if you work with him, to help him remove some of these obstacles, some of the 7 of Wands stuff. Okay. I also want to say with the 7 of Cups to not be overwhelmed by all of the opportunities or things that you want to do. You have to take it one at a time, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 step at a time. Okay. And then lastly, I want to pull a card from the Animal Kin Oracle, which I've been waiting to get my hands on for a really, really long time. Super excited to have it now. So what animal spirit wants to help us? We've got 2. Beautiful. Wolf, connection. Okay. Which I think it's interesting if I'm thinking of the lone wolf archetype, and we're talking about our spiritual challenge is the rejection and the 2 of Cups. So learning how to be friends with you, be independent and self-reliant, and expressing yourself. What connections do you have that allow you to express yourself? Where you can feel free to talk without fear of being rejected or judged, with those people who intuitively just get it and just understand you. And then the second animal that wants to be of service to us this month of November is we have snake. So transformation. So we're still in the season of Scorpio, which is highly appropriate. Scorpio is about transformation and change, shedding of the scales. I don't know why I'm kind of thinking of this right now. Please forgive me. I don't remember how the whole story goes, but my little Catholic zhuzh is kind of coming down to me when I see this card. I think it's like Saul of Tarsus, or like St. Paul or something like that. And the scales, like he was blind or something, and the scales like falling from his eyes, and now he can see. It's very much that energy I'm kind of feeling looking at this card. Our eyes, are covered with scales. We're kind of fumbling around in the dark. Remember, the High Priestess isn't revealing everything. We may feel a little bit disconnected from our intuition because we've been so battle weary fighting this physical energy and trying to maintain that stamina. But no, call upon the energy of snake for transformation, and know that the scales will fall from our eyes and all will be revealed. We will be able to see clearly, through any illusions. So thank you, lovelies. If you'd like to book a reading with me, please do so at my website, www.mavenunmasked.com, under the Book of Readings tab, or you can do so via the Maven Unmasked Etsy shop. But thank you so much, lovelies. I hope you have a happy, happy November, a happy Thanksgiving. So much love and many blessings to you. Bye.